Today on Hammond's Dream, Pteranodon. Let's get it. And there goes all my money again. Yahoo! So our first delivery brings us some conifers and ammonites. Some, very common oceanic fossils. Conifers famously come from the bottom of the sea. Let's get that processed. That gives us a 63% okay lead on that. That actually does finish up the first of 3 dig sites. I'm assuming, hopefully, that each of these only has to be hit once to finish it up, which would be great. Aren't you expensive? I could send the cheaper research person on this and rest them afterwards. If we want to min-max, we need to remember to push everybody into the red. Because no narrative events, no penalty. But I forget. You want to stay at the Velociraptor Hotel? Eat here at the fucking dock? Or deck? And then, the fact that you can't, put the camera on the dock sucks. I wanted the view of standing there eating breakfast, watching the raptors brutally maul goats. The game won't let me have my fun. That's okay. We get the experience of being the poor person that can't afford the high-priced hotel, who has to stand outside of it. We can eat the crumbs that fall through the deck. So, the other thing, of course, we need is the aviary itself. Which is 900k with the upgrade we have that reduces costs. So we could... I think we need this expedition person back first, right? Yeah. It is 9. Yeah, it has to be both of the welfare people. Well, this time we got a bunch of chordate fossils. And 1 turtle, which would also be a chordate, but, no point in processing just the 2 of these, which is perfect, because it's a good time for us to do the research then. We don't need anybody to do fossils. And thus we can squeeze in both. Oh, I need 1 other nerd. Kudos. Let's go. Alright. Well, hopefully we can get the other dig site. No, it's a 10. I could put the point here into logistics, but it feels really bad, actually, so I'm not going to do that. How long is this? 3 minutes? I guess we'll just sit on our $1 million and enjoy life. Well, we went through a storm, got a couple injuries. We managed to get the aviary unlocked and then use the welfare people to, rest up and then start treating these injuries. And now we're in a position to actually go out and excavate Pteranodon again. So let's get that knocked out. Taking away all of our money, but this is immediately after a storm, so totally fine. So hopefully this is it for the Pteranodon fossils and we don't have to go back. I think so. I think it is likely done. So we have the Lost World Pteranodon mod. So we'll be using that one because I don't believe that the Pteranodons that were intended to be exhibited in Jurassic Park are the toothy JP3 variety. I think it makes much more sense that the one seen at the end of the Lost World is what they would have exhibited. So we're going with that. So, it is in fact completed, though. So we get these done. And we can look at what we need for money to breed these. Our aviary is going in down here at the end of this nice little river I've just basically barely started. We'll put some like trees and stuff in to make this not look like an open plain of nothing, but we need some money for that, so bit by bit. Now, I've always recommended never getting aviary viewing galleries. And I was just going to say, hey, we're going to do it though. And then I looked at the number and it was even worse than I remembered. I'm not doing this. Never mind. No, aviary viewing galleries are never worth it. I could do remote because they're at least good, but I don't even have the logistics skill for this. Fuck it. It baffles me that those are so expensive. It's insane because you just do this. You just always do this. It's the same thing, and you'd spend $50K instead of $4 million. Why? Why is it like this, Frontier? Why have you done this? What have I done to deserve such reckless hate? Alright. Well, we gotta reconnect the power grid. We had to move it over so that it did not run into issues with the power distribution. Really? Really? Gonna make me connect it like that? Fuck. Just either side of the path. Good enough. I don't really want to connect that there. I think I should run this down from here. I mean, this is also just the wrong angle. You know what? I'll think about it off screen. So, 1997 Pteranodon with the 1997 Pteranodon skin. This is the modded variant, modded skin, obviously. We've gone ahead and gotten rid of the 75% needing, gone 75% humble, and we're still able to squeeze one more pip into social there. We'll have to see how many of these guys we think we should have. I'm thinking like 4? 4 Pteranodon to match like the 4 Pterodactylus that may or may not have been in the novel, because the novel says there were 4 Pterodactylus but 6 pterosaurs, so make of that what you will. We could go 6. I guess we'll start with maybe 4, see what the aviary size is like, and go from there. 3 whole eggs. Exciting. Out of a batch of 3. This is without the upgrade, so pretty good. Social humble. Weak humble. I mean, I'm fine with that. All 3 of these got a proper alpha that will stay alpha because everybody else is a weak bitch who can't take over. Great. 7, 5, half of my money, but that's actually not even bad. We could let fate decide, I guess, how many there's going to be. If we do one more clutch, we should know. Like, it'll be guaranteed to be 4 bases. Well, not necessarily, because we could end up with something we don't want for genes. Let's just get the 3 out and go from there. Alright, I haven't really looked at this mod yet, so let's see what these Pteranodon end up looking like. That's pretty good. No disrespect to like other mod authors, but there's some pretty rough looking versions of this out there on the internet. And this one's not that. This one's nicely textured. This is pretty good. Like, it takes a lot of work to make a mod, especially one of a creature. So anybody who has tried to do a 97 Pteranodon previously, no disrespect on you for my comments. I would never be able to do half the work you guys do on these mods, so... I mean, the other side of this, of course, is the fact that, honestly, the 97 Pteranodon is not a great design. It's got a good color to it. I feel like this also is, like, not a one-to-one with what's on screen in Lost World, and I think it looks a little bit better for it. Because, like, the neck's not as long and weird as the one in the movie. I think this is a pretty good compromise between, like, the 97 Pteranodon design and not looking like a really weird swan. So I don't know what it is about Pteranodons, but, like, they've really struggled to get a design for Pteranodon that is both good and looks like a Pteranodon. like actually like a pteranodon anatomically, not just like you look at it, it's got a big head crest on the back, and you go, oh, it's a pteranodon. Like, yes, there's that, but then there's like actually having anatomy consistent with a pteranodon, which is a whole different thing. I think I'll just chuck a bunch of rocks in here. We should put like some trees in here to make it not look like complete nothing, because otherwise they end up being kind of weird and bad. So yeah, I think putting some little bit of that, a little bit of this seems fine. Oh, how are there other environmental needs? Could we cram 6 of these guys in here? It's certainly possible. Yeah, this mod is really good. Like, every skin in this mod is, like, every skin in this mod pack, or this individual mod, is, like, worthy of being its own mod. Like, the amount of care and effort put into this is wild. And there's so many, like, different little variants, too. Like, there's no reason to go as hard on the variants as they did, but I'm glad they did. Like, having 3 different Triceratopses is great. Like, all the different stego variants. Like, you can't tell the difference between, like, the male and female Lost World stegos on screen. Like, the color difference is so subtle that you just don't even notice. And yet, they went for the effort here, which, just wild. It's just rocks. You're a rock. You're a rock. Let's put some different colored ones in, too. Mix it up a little bit. At least we get to mix and match our rock types now. Okay, that's probably plenty. There, a nice rocky aviary. If only we could have cliffs and valleys and canyons in it. Yeah, the one thing I want to know, what is this Corythosaurus design from? Where does this come from? That's been bugging me the whole time. I have no idea. This is like the one skin in the mod that I have no idea what this is from. Oh, we should watch some of the animations. See how well they work out. Some modded creatures break pretty bad. I'm curious. That's pretty good. There's maybe like a tiny bit of clipping through the throat, but that is like pretty well matched up. That might be why some of the anatomy changes are there, maybe a little bit. You gotta kind of compromise between like... Yeah, it might be concept art. I've just never seen the concept art. Like, there's the Corythosaurus from Lost World, but it's black and white. So, like, maybe the color... Maybe the design, like the striping and stuff, is based on that, and the color is speculatory? I don't know. Well, we got a little bit of money still. I still want to finish up the core 15 species. So now we enter a phase where we just finish off a few of these animals that we just don't have the population numbers that I want. So we're going to start with Proceratosaurus. I've set these guys up to be random colors within limits now. Green, blues, switching between lethal baits and Rana for the patterning. I've changed away from the genes that we had because we've got the alpha. And we'll just go ahead and have you do this and go on vacation, I guess. Chat has solved the mystery of where this Corythosaurus comes from. It is from this card, this tiny captives card, has in the background a blue Corythosaurus paired up with the JP3 yellow one. You have to trust me, because with the saturation on the actual card, it is so hard to even tell that that thing in the back is blue. But you can find kind of a better look at the art online and actually see that it is very distinctively a blue Corythosaurus. So that seems to be the source. As far as I can tell, that is the only source for this blue Corythosaurus. But it's a nice design. I don't think it's canon personally, but I'll allow it. This is going to be a pain in my ass. These guys have an 85% comfort threshold like the Velociraptors, which means the bad storms piss them off. I think what I'm going to do, and I have no idea if it's going to work, if we just stick the capture team on here, Let's see how... Oh, you can't even assign a capture team to this the way you can to a ranger station. What if I do one of these? And then I do one of these. I'm not gonna... I want to try and not sedate these guys constantly, because it's already too tedious doing it for the Raptors every friggin' storm almost. But I might have to. So we'll see how this works out. We'll ignore them for a few storms. And maybe the Pteranodons, like maybe as an aviary creature, they'll be less likely to headbutt. That's a Pteranodon headbutting something probably already, right? Nope. Nope, that's actually just a storm fracture. But yeah, maybe, really, you're disabled? Oh my god, why? Why have you done this to me? Okay, get a Jeep from up here. You, nerd, fix this. So yeah, like, we know from experience in this park, if we leave the Raptors be, they will attack and break the fences. These are heavy fences that are powered. They will still break them at the end of the storm. I cannot leave the Raptors awake. But we don't know for sure that the Pteranodons will hit the fence and break out. So we'll just do science. And we'll hope. We'll cross our fingers. Yeah, it makes no sense. The storm injuries, just one random dinosaur gets walloped by wind somewhere in the park? Why that one? What did he do? And it could be like a Brachiosaurus or like the T-Rex. Like if it was restricted specifically to like the smaller things like galleys, it would be more believable and less annoying. But like, what, did the T-Rex just get smacked in the head by a tree branch? Is that what happens? Maybe. That could conceptually be it. Not even like the storm itself directly doing the damage, but like blowing debris. I don't know. Still a little weird. So, are you hitting that right now? Yes. Somebody hit something. Okay, can you give me status info? See if these nerds have hurt themselves, please. Somebody else also has an injury. Oh yeah, it's a Pteranodon injury. Great. So if they're gonna injure themselves every storm trying to break out, we'll have to sedate them for their own health and safety, which sucks. So hopefully that's not the case. Let's get these other nerds woken up. Wake up. Wake up. And where's the big one? Ironically, we can't find the big one. There she is. Okay. And we were doing Proceratosaurs. Viable eggs 8. We have currently 4 of these in the park. That would be 7. And the rest are aggressive, so I guess we're going to have 7 of these. Fate has decided. And you know what? 7 sounds like a fine number. I believe we have 6 Dilos, right? Yeah, 6 Dilos, 7 Proceratosaurs. Sure. I think in the novel, there might be... It might be 7 Dilophosaurs, 8 Velociraptor. So having a small theropod with a population of 7 works as a novel reference too. Oh, yeah, that's, dog shit. Attacking fences, major injury. Sprain. Ugh. You're assigned to 3 ranger posts? Seriously? I did do that. Oh, no. Please let me have this medical team. Don't send me all the way back to that one when I hit escape. Okay. We'll assign you to the aviary automatically. And yeah, this didn't do shit. At no point did the helicopter intervene on them trying to break out. So much for that idea. So we'll just have to sedate these. What I could do is I could try and upgrade the raptor paddock. Maybe if I do heavy fences, I can keep the raptors contained during the storm without sedating. And I can just switch to sedating the pteranodons every storm. I don't know. Might work. How much are heavy fences? Yeah, 900k and we have the stuff for it. Alright, I'm going to do heavy fences. We'll try to heavy fence the raptor paddock. See if that works a little bit better than the large fence. Yeah. Alright, well, we can take a look at these other Proceratosaurs. It's always fun to take a look at some fellas. So yeah, this is gotta be Letho Baits. Yukon Letho, which compared to the other ones, I think that's aesthetically consistent. I can believe that as a variant in franchise, you know? Like these guys, these ones have a crest that's kind of the same color as their body, which gives female vibes. And then this guy's got the brighter pink, which makes his crest stand out, which makes him the male, conceptually, I think. I think I'm fine with that. Which, you know, all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female, you know, except for when they're not. So that's why I'm okay with having male variants in the park already. Now this, on the other hand, this one's crest does stand out. This is Svalbard. That's a nice looking Procerato though, but it does kind of stand out now from the other ones. Just because the base skin is much more brown than anything, but that's fine. That's fine. It's just different, you know, pigmentations. I like this one too. Stalar Letho. Yeah, that's a nice green. Yeah, I think that's a fine amount of like species level variation, right? If the pattern is differentiating male and female, then just the color is like individual variation, like the base color. I think that's fine. Alright, so they are perfectly happy. The Pteranodons are pissed at me. Right, so having 3 Pteranodons who always fucking attack the fences when they're mad is going to be an issue. So we definitely need a min of 4. We actually need 4 of these guys really soon. Well, I guess that is actually what we have to do next. 1 more Pteranodon. I'm only doing 4. I have decided it, by the way. Because I don't want to have to sedate 6 of these guys every storm. That's way too much. 4 I can deal with. 4 is workable. We don't need to rest these guys. Well, we could put in a second alpha. Then if one gets airlifted away, the other one can take over. Might be relevant for keeping them happy. 378. I'm willing to do this now. Let's just put both of these guys on it, and then we'll put you on a break immediately afterwards. And once this one is finally deposited, I can both heal it of its infected wound it found in the hospital. Somehow. I think it has information on Boeing. I might have already made that joke today. I don't remember. And, yeah, we get that 4th one out, and they'll be stable in the sense that I can remove one without the other ones immediately hitting the fences. We'll just have to sedate these guys during storms. Speaking of sedating during storms, next time we get a bad storm is when I'm going to sedate the raptors and then replace the fence. I'm not going to change it out until then. Well, we can watch one more of these. Might as well. Don't scream at me. I made you and I can unmake you. Okay, and he just slots into the existing aviary just fine. We don't need one this big, but this feels like an appropriate size, so I'm not going to shrink it down or nothing. We got all the space in the world. Before this storm does too much to me, we can at least take a quick peek at the eggs. So, aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. If I don't want to hatch an aggressive, I'm going to have to do one more clutch after this, so I guess that's going to be the case. I might as well hatch these during the storm. Is it a bad one? Yes. So, we're going to sedate the raptors, sedate the pteranodons, rebuild the raptor pen, and hopefully we don't need to babysit the raptors anymore, at least. Because we definitely need to babysit these bastards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, I already set the ranger team over there to status check. But we need to do that too, so I guess it's just got to play out. Cannot find a route to their destination. That was a lie. Oh yeah, I guess the helicopter doesn't actually need direct access. Both of these tasks can be done simultaneously. Alright, Parasaur with a concussion. Of course, yes, indeed. Okay, raptors are sedated. Let's immediately do one of these. Actually, we'll also reclaim some power. It'll clash with the gate. How unfortunate is it that this gate only matches one fence type and it doesn't update? It's too bad. It'd be nice if it changed. Get on it, Frontier. Alright. Well, shit. Wasn't quick enough on doing this during the storm, because now we're going to have to sit here and wait. Well, how unfortunate. Did we even get the pteranodons sedated during this? I mean, we did. That might have made a difference. It also means that when the aviary does get cracked, which will probably happen every goddamn storm from now to eternity, they have no chance to escape. Of course, they are drowning. It's okay. They're amphibious. Just don't worry about it. Okay, 2 baryonyx, 1 to go. Welcome to your new home, the Baryonyx Lagoon. Have fun. After that, I want to do a wave of Corythosaurs. And I think we'll be good to go. I think I'll be happy with that as, like, the starting population for the full Phase A opening or whatever. Or the end population for Phase A, I guess, more so. Yep. It's always the last clutch where you need, like, 1 egg that you get a bunch of good ones. I guess we'll just take the one with the most positive genes, even though these don't matter. Well, there you go. Oh, you're mad at me. You've been mad at me this whole time, and I've been ignoring you. Well, might be. That's me losing money. This is the problem with me, like, deliberately playing into Disgruntled. I just forget. Okay, so Baryonyx out. 5 Baryonyx. That's the final population for Phase A. The last thing to do is Corythosaurus. So, what I want to do is I want to do specifically the yellow ones. We got 4 blue, 2 yellow. And yellow really is the only one we see in the films. So I feel like we should have more of this skin, even though I do like the blue. Again, we'll peel back the alpha stuff just to save some money. Although I will get rid of Quenched here. Just so we don't have to deal with that crap. So this will give us 12 Corythosaurs. Yeah, currently 6. And we have 13 Parasaurs. I'm pretty sure in the novel it's 10 Hadrosaurus and like 18 Myosaura or something. I think I like the idea of maybe just doing 10 Corythosaurs. Just for the novel reference again. So I think we'll only hatch 4 of these. And then we can begin Phase B. So I think I want to leave the park in like a completed phase A for a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll like focus up on some research, getting some more dinosaur genomes completed ahead of time, stocking up on some money, and then we can do like a big push into phase B and release like 3 new animals pretty quickly. That way it kind of feels like the completed Jurassic Park has a little bit of time to like exist as its own thing. You know, a little bit of time for it to do its thing and shine on its own. Definitely give me the docile. That's actually relevant. Also doing 10 here gives us 6 yellows and 4 blues, which is decent too, I think. Oh, it's 11. Shit. Well, we're doing 10 because I clicked the button. I failed. I couldn't remember the population chart. Damn. Well, this is a pain in the ass. I don't know if the big one clipped out or climbed out. I'll have to keep a closer eye on them in the future, I guess. Okay, we got her. Let's get the big one back inside. Because this is unpowered, like once they're agitated, they can just climb out. Which kind of sucks that they just break through the floors. They can't apparently climb these? Okay, so she just clipped. If that's the case. Well, that also sucks. Oh, and we got a baryonyx that fucking moved over here too. He got through the fence before it was repaired, so that's great. They need to fix the dinosaur clipping thing, but it's been around so long, it's effectively a goddamn feature at this point. Okay, get on that baryonyx before it gets into my Segi pen, please. Thank you. Angry Corythosaurus will be fine. Concussed Gallimimus. Just cue that up. Okay, so we have almost $2 million. Phase A is complete. So for Phase B, we're going to do Microceratus, but we're not going to release them right away now. I want probably other like Lost World core dinosaurs, Compy, Mamenchi, Pachycephalosaurus. So maybe we'll target like those 4. Micro's already completed. We could also do Tylosaurus for JP the game, but I'm going to put the Tylosaurus off just because Lagoons are expensive, and I don't want to do it. Ew. Let's just grab Mr. Pachycephalosaurus with a nice... Oh, my cheap friend is in the medical bay. Well, whatever. It's fine. We'll actually go dig up Compy because that one was already researched previously. I think that was alongside, I don't know, Herrera or something. Alright, Pachycephalosaurus is completed. Next. Patasaurus Amarga into Menchi, Mutta, and Mono. I guess we'll just work our way down this line. We'll have the cheaper research person back for the actual Mamenchi research. This makes no sense. He got concussed, and thus he has become infected. Yep, that's how that works. Here's the copy haul. Sure, good enough. Do it on you. Seems fine. You go on a break. Cheaper research. Oh, I don't have the genetics left currently. Whoopsies. Never mind. I guess we'll keep pushing Compy. No, because I don't want to send 3 of you on this task. That's kind of bad. Alright, I guess we just wait for fossils to finish up and then go do something. The Menchi is go. One more Compy dig as well. We had an additional shark I sold already, but yeah, good haul. Shark and iridium here. We didn't have a little bit of copy left. I guess we just never went to that dig site. I think I clicked on it, but we didn't have the team, right? That's what happened there? Yeah. You're disgruntled, and I forgot about you. Again, my bad. Really? The Microceratus is a scavenger. Interesting. Well, we'll check it out. We'll release them into the little holding area, then move them around when we get around to them. Let's do some Pachycephalosaurus. Alright, there's Pachycephalosaurus wave, finishing up Compy, starting Pachycephalo, and perfectly reasonable right there. I think I'm going to do some Stegosaurus. I think we'll increase that population because I want to kind of try to hit 3 stars, but I don't want to push it. Like, I don't want to do too much, but I think only 10 Stegosaurus is kind of a low number anyway. Since they're, you know, a smaller scavenger species, they should probably have a few more floating around. So right now we can't do that because we're doing fossils and resting, but I think we'll do that next. Okay, fossils. Platinum. Yes, please. All of the platinum, please. We will save this for later. It's not worth processing now. I got another fantastic concussion into infected wound in the park right now, which is hilarious. This one actually somehow popped infected wound on the notification list before the concussion, which is probably not actually true. It's just the delay. There's like a delay on injuries, I guess, versus disease notifications, maybe. That makes sense. It's got to be the explanation, because like nothing else could explain it. And Stegosaurus. So let's skip the skittish. And we'll take 8 of the other ones. Oh, we are 3 stars, actually. Well, we'll still count that as part of the canon Phase A population for the park. The +8 animals gets us a grand total of 120 dinosaurs in Phase A, which is less than half of what the novel population is, which is like 283 or something before they start breeding. But 283 dinosaurs is probably going to crash this park. And we can't put out 283 dinosaurs in Phase A and expect to ever make it through Phase B. So, I also can't believe there's no Stegosaurus in the game. Like, I care more about the classic species, and this is a JP93 species, and it's just absent. Like, I would have picked Stegosaurus over every animal from Dominion, personally, because I want the full JP93 roster, damn it. It's also surprising to me that nobody has done a mod before this one for it. Because apparently it's just me and one notorious guy on Reddit that give a shit about Stegosaurus. And everybody else is like, eh. I'm going to spend all my time staring at maps of the island and not worry about actually having this species to make it. You seriously haven't woken these guys up yet? You've gotten one awake? Really? Is this some, like, bugged bullshit? Nope. Just taking forever. Fair enough. Well, that was quick. They are already back with dinosaur footprints. The building I work at, which I'm not going to name specifically, actually had an ankylosaurid footprint discovered in the parking lot, like 10 years ago or something. There's a cast of it actually in one of the buildings on the wall. I believe it's a notosaurid, and it's got like well, I've already given you enough information to figure out where I work if you Google deep enough, I guess. So let's not get any more specific than that. Still pretty cool. Is that it for Pachycephalosaurus? Must be. Yeah, we need Hadrosaurus. It's actually a film canon species because it has a card in Lost World. You can't see the Hadrosaurus card in the film anywhere. So, like, there's the thinnest excuse that you could say it's not film canon. But it's probably on the same level as the brochure map in the sense that I think it's film canon. Let's do Momenchi. It's also on the holoscape in Jurassic World, which I think, at least in the context of that movie, represents species that are canon and cloned. I think it's been essentially retconned away by later films, unfortunately. Which is too bad, because I think the holoscape species list is pretty interesting. There's some really cool shit on there, like Elaphrosaurus, Lasothosaurus. It's really too bad that we never got to see those dinosaurs. In this game or in the franchise anywhere ever again. Mamenchisaurus and Shrimp. Shrimp, the eternal friend of Mamenchisaurus. That is paleo canon. They had a parasitic relationship. Mamenchisaurus were actually completely infested by shrimp for most of their lifespan. I cannot. Guess we'll do this. There's no rush to like finish this genome over this one, so might as well optimize the set of fossils. Yeah, I think it's completely reasonable to assume that if the park was successful, the park would continue to expand, which is why we're doing 25 species eventually. And I think the Seggies are good. All 18? Probably. 18. Yep. Okay, infected wound treated. So, this is the canon, quotation marks, Phase A roster. 5 berry, 6 brachy, 18 Seggi, 10 Corythosaurus, 6 Dilophosaurus, 28 Galley, 4 Herrera, 3 Metri, 13 Parasaur, 7 Procerato, 4 Stego, 8 Trikes, 1 Rex, 3 Velociraptors, and 4 Pteranodon. And next time, we expand out. We'll introduce the 4 species we've been working on today, once we finish, of course, Mamenchisaurus expeditions here. And then after that, I got some plans for some carnivore expansions we'll do. So that might be next time. That might be another episode past that. I don't know. All I do know is we need to finish this park soon because we got DLC coming.